Hey guys, this is Joeteck from Joeteck Tips, the CCNA video series. We are on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. This is Packet Tracer 3.2.1.3, configuring Etherchannel. This is a real pain in the neck, but it is what it is. I could complain about it. Well, actually, yeah, I will. Let's make an adjustment here for a microphone. All right. Part 1, configure basic switch settings, configure Etherchannel with Cisco PAGP, configure an 802.3 AD LACP Etherchannel, configure a redundant Etherchannel link. All right, this is, again, I will have a link in the video showing you where you go to grab the text file for this particular packet tracer. Again, for those who are skipping ahead, this is Packet Tracer 3.2.1.3. It's kind of funky. So let's get right to it. Part 1, configure basic switch settings. Configure basic switch parameters. Assign each switch a host name according to the topology diagram. And it says S1, S3. I'm just going by the names that are here. Everything is either S1, S2, S3. So let's go to S1 and change this up. Okay, so S1 is done. Go to S2. Do the same thing. Whoop. Remember how to get out of that, right? Control Shift 6 if you to abort it. Okay, that one's done. Let's go to 3. I'm just going to cut and paste because it'll make this a heck of a lot easier and a little bit faster. Okay, so now we have, so what I did was I just have a notepad and I put enable config T and then host name and the name of the host, the name of the device that I want to change it to. So just cut and paste. Makes it a lot easier, moves along much faster, so we don't have to waste time. So we're not gonna talk about that again. That's the end of that. Okay, so now configure all required port trunks, ports as trunks, depending on the connection between the devices. Note, if the ports are configured with dynamic auto mode and you do not set the ports to the trunk, the links do not form trunks, remaining access points. So, in other words, the default mode on the 2960 switch is dynamic auto. So what we need to do is we need to create the range, but then we need to shut it down, because when we set up the channel groups, the port can't be turned on, it has to be turned off. So we're gonna go to switch 1, and since I have all this information already typed out already, so it makes it easier for me, is that, whoops, hold on. Is that we have, oh, okay, I see the problem. My mistake. I had the wrong interface. So I'm just gonna paste this in. And what it is interface range. Let me scroll up for you. I typed in interface range F0/21-22, comma, actually that's the wrong one, it's this one here. It's the same thing, it's just that instead of being 1/1-2, it's G0/1-2, switch port mode trunk, and then you shut it down. You have to shut them down. That's because you're going to end up doing it anyway, so might as well shut it off. So we'll go to switch 2, and do the same thing. Did I just do that to switch 2? Oh no, because it's communicating with it. So switch 2. Same thing, interface range F0/23-24, comma, G0/1-2. Switch mode trunk, switch port mode trunk, shutdown. All right, so switch 2 is done. Then we go to switch 3, and we do the same thing, except obviously minus the gigabit ports. So it's interface range F0/21-24, switch port mode trunk shutdown. So now we don't have to worry about any of that issue. So now we can configure it with no problem. This is what I've realized. You know, when I did this a couple of times last night, I said to myself, you know what, let me make it easier for my viewers so it's more understanding. And the document that I have created for you has each step lined out, and it makes it much easier to understand the instructions. So just much better. So part 2, configure an Etherchannel with Cisco PAGP. When configuring Etherchannel, it's recommended to shut down the physical port. See, shut it down. So we just did that already. I had you prepare for this step. So instead of shutting it down now, we shut it down when we set up the switch ports. So it makes it easier. Shut down the physical ports being grouped on both devices before configuring them into channel groups. Otherwise, the Etherchannel misconfig guard may place these ports in an error disabled state. These ports and port channels can be re-enabled after Etherchannel is configured. All you do is just go back into it, go into the interface, and type in shut down, not no shutdown, and then you have to go into the interface. We will do that later on. I'm just telling you now so you're aware. Okay, so step 1. You can skip this if you want. It's just showing you the interface trunks. So I guess in theory, if we went here, we did this. Let me exit this. And we show it. We just type in show interface. Actually, you know what? I don't think I could do it at this location. I'm going to type in do show interfaces trunk. And there's nothing there because we didn't do anything. That's the reason why I said let's skip it. So there's really no need to do it. All right, so let's just close out of this and see what we need to do next. So we're going to do step 1, section B. So in the document that I created, it's actually step 1, comma section B. So you know where you are in terms of. I try to make this as easy as possible because it is a pain in the neck. So we're going to go to switch 1. And we want to do interface range, because right here it says on both switches adds ports F021 and F22 to port channel 1 with the group channel group 1 mode desirable. That's an actual command. The mode desirable option enables the switch to actively negotiate to form a PAGP link. Okay, so that's what we're going to do right now. So since I already have this typed out, I'm just going to copy and paste it. I could have just done that before, but come on. So it's creating it. So I typed in interface range F0/21-22. Then I typed in channel group 1 mode desirable. Now it's creating it. Now it created it. That was for S1. Now we need to go to S3 and do the same thing, but we need to exit out of this mode here. And do the same thing. All right. 51 of 100. We're halfway there. I'm trying not to make this. Most of these Cisco videos are super long, and me, chatting away doesn't help either. All right, so let's go on to the next step. Configure the logical interface, and I'm on video again, just to try it one more time. Well, what the heck, right? Doesn't do anything, right? It just sits in the center of the thing. So anyway, let's go on to step 1, section C. Configure the logical interface to become a trunk by first entering the interface port channel number command and then the switch port mode trunk command. Add this configuration to both switches. All right, so now we got to go in. We got to go into the interface. So we need to be on S1 since we already have that. Let's move this over here. Go over here. S1. Exit. So we want to go. So what I'm typing, what I'm going to be copying and pasting in here because it's going to happen so quickly. I might as well say it out loud. You know what? I'll just do it. Interface port channel 1. Switch port mode trunk. Sorry for those who know what I'm doing. Interface interface range F0/21-22 and no shut. This is just a recommendation what I'm telling you to do here, okay? So we shut them down. Then we go to S3. Do the same thing. So it'll be interface port channel 1 switch port mode trunk. Sorry. I spell that right? Yeah. Interface range F0/21-22. Whoop, what did I do wrong here? Oh. No shut. And get out of that. So at this point, if we wanted to verify, let's see, step A, we would show the Ethernet channel summary. So let's copy and paste that and take a peek if you like. Because we are at step 2, section A. Here we go. Port 1, PAGP, and here's the ports. Gotta love it when it works, don't you? Don't you like it when it works? Okay, step. So now, if the Ether channel does not come up, it will. That should be green, I think. Here we go. Woohoo! But we don't have to worry about that. So now we're going to go down to, part 3. And you can do this too if you want. If you want to just show interface trunks and show spanning tree, you can do that. Not necessary, but I guess you could if you wanted to. It's in my instructions, but we're just trying to get the 100 out of 100. So what we're going to do now is go to step 1, part 3, step 1. Configure port channel 2. All right, so we need to go to switch 1, which is in the back. And we want to type in interface range, let's spell it right, range G01-2, channel, God, I could type, channel group 2 mode active, because that's what it says to do. Channel group, number, mode, active, command. And no shutdown on this one too. No shutdown. And do the same thing. I just need to edit something real quick. Since we did that, I'm just going to cut and paste. Makes it easier and quicker. And the no shutdown command's already in there. Okay, verify port channel 2 status. Use the show commands from part 1 to, and step 2 to verify the port channel. Look for the protocol in each port. Again, I kind of wrote that you can skip that. So, I mean, you don't have to skip it. I'm just skipping it for this. 75 over 100 people. How nice is that? All right, so now, let's see. Look at the link status of S1. Link should be green going from S2 to S3. They should be. I'm waiting for these babies to come online here. Yeah, come on. There we go. Let me fast forward the time here. There we go. Hit that fast forward time. This program, I don't know why. It's a piece of software. It should work instantly. It doesn't make any sense. It's like there's 8 billion connections on here and it's preventing connectivity. It doesn't make any sense. All right, so now we have connectivity between S1 and from S1 to S2 and S3. We're perfectly fine. We got green lights on everything, which is a home run. We are moving right along here. So now we're going to go down to part 4, and we're going to configure redundant Etherchannel link. Configure port channel 3. So we go to S2. Which we're already on, so it's perfect. Exit here. And we want to type in the interface. Copy. And we paste. And we should be... Oh, shut down. Okay. Now we go to S3. All right, let's see. I think we're doing pretty good here. 99 of 100. Look at that. Gotta love it. All right, now we're going to verify port channel 3 status. Actually, you know what? I made a mistake during the rest of the video. I was saying that we're shutting down the interfaces, but I was turning them on, so I apologize. I just realized that. I'm a dingbat. All right, so what's happening here is that this is... The Ether channel is preventing this from actually linking now because we actually enabled this one. So if we we have to set the priority. If we verify, use the show command from part 1 of step 2 to verify the status port channel 3. Look for protocol used by each port. Port channel 2 is not operative because spanning tree protocol, the spanning tree, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I meant. The spanning tree protocol placed in some ports is in blocking mode. Unfortunately, these ports were gigabit ports. To restore these ports, configure S1 to be the primary route for VLAN 1 or set the priority to 24 576. So that's what we're going to do right now. So watch what happens. And then what's going to happen is spinning tree is going to block this one down here. This is what happens. So it's working now, but eventually this will kick off again. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to switch 1. We can close this out. Go to close this one out. Go to S1 only. And enable config T. And spanning tree VLAN 1 24576. Bang. Whoop, what did I do wrong? Oh, I forgot priority. Even I make mistakes. There we go. 100 of 100. Do you notice that, people? 100 of 100. That's the important part. Okay, guys, if you like this video, thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. And we will see you next time. Joeteck out.